If you had to name the most talented character in the current Demon Slayer era, which one would you choose? If you answered Muichiro Tokito, well, your answer is undoubtedly beyond justified. After all, he is the only direct bloodline relative of Kokushibo and Yoruichi left in the current timeline. However, have you ever thought about what would have happened if both of the Tokito siblings made it out alive and became Demon Slayers? How strong would the two of them be together? Would they be able to rival the previous legendary pair of twins, aka the Sugekuni siblings? How different would the story be? Would less people die? Or would the story take a drastic turn towards the worst side? Stick till the end, and all of your questions will be answered. I mean, listen, as kids, Muichiro was the positive child that always wanted to save people. Yuichiro, on the other side, even though he did not show it, always cared about his brother and would do anything to protect him, even though on the outside, he seemed distant and cold towards him. Hence, if we assume that Muichiro joined the Demon Slayer Corps, so would Yuichiro, in order to keep a close eye on his brother and do anything he can to protect him. In order for this to happen, one of these two alternate scenarios should have taken place. Either the demon that killed Yuichiro did not find the two brothers on that fated night, or when the demon found them, the two brothers managed to defeat him without Yuichiro dying in the process. But you see, if the two brothers survived that night, then Muichiro would soon start training in order to take the final exams and officially become a Demon Slayer. When Yuichiro sees his brother training, he starts arguing, shouting, and trying to persuade his brother to change his mind, as Yuichiro understands the dangers of his path. However, Muichiro is determined to join the Demon Slayer Corps and does not listen. Yuichiro, having no choice, decides to train alongside with him. He proceeds to tell his brother that he cannot let him go alone as he is the only family left for him. There is no way he would let him die. As we stated before, Muichiro was undoubtedly the most talented character in the world of Demon Slayer. At just the age of 14, he had already risen through the ranks and become a Hashira. Just 2 months after picking up a sword, he was already among the 9 most elite Demon Slayers the world had to show. And all of that while also having his memory severely impaired due to the fatal night that his brother died. Imagine how strong Muichiro would be in this timeline now that his memory is unaffected. His brother is alongside with him to help, and even starts training sooner, as this time around, he does not have to recover from his injuries caused by the demon who killed his brother. The two brothers start training, and if they stumbled upon a Demon Slayer that was able to show them the basics of breathing forms and swordsmanship even before the final exams, even better. The development of the two brothers would be even more extreme. If you ever wondered who would be stronger between the two brothers, then we believe we can answer that as well. Muichiro was considered the weaker one, as according to his brother, he could not even do basic jobs around the house. And listen, even though Muichiro was a beast, Yuichiro would be even stronger than that during the final exam. There's no way the two brothers would not be able to pass the challenge. After the final exams now, something great happens. If the two brothers had not already developed their breathing forms, they'd do it now. Muichiro still uses mist breathing, and even though Yuichiro could develop the same breathing form as his brother, we believe a more exciting thing would happen. Yuichiro develops the breathing form of his direct descendant Michikatsu, or else known as Kokushibo in his demon form, hence becoming only the second known user of moon breathing. Hence, Yuichiro, on top of being stronger than Muichiro, also receives a stronger breathing as well. You see, the moon breathing is the closest form of breath there is to sun breathing, which is surely the strongest breathing form there is by far. A few weeks later, or in the maximum a few months later, the two brothers complete the necessary requirements in order to become Hashiras. They either kill 50 demons each, or they each kill a member of the 12 Kizuki. The twin brothers are now the youngest Hashiras in the Corps. The Pillars group now becomes even stronger than before. You see, the Demon Slayers now have 10 Hashiras instead of 9. Plus, Muichiro is now stronger than before. And on top of that, Yuichiro, as we explained, is even stronger than his brother. The Hashiras are much stronger in this version of the story. Moving on, the story develops in pretty much a similar way as in the original plot until the Swordsmith Village arc, where some significant changes occur. In this timeline, both Muichiro and Yuichiro are present during the arc. And listen, I know that Muichiro awakening his Demon Slayer mark was mainly due to him unlocking the secret memories of his past, but this does not mean that in this version, it's impossible for something similar to happen, even if both of them fought Gyoko. The truth is that Gyoko would still be stronger than both of them without the Demon Slayer mark. Yeah, sure, Gyoko would have to be a bit more serious while fighting them, but as soon as he managed to trap one of the brothers in his water prison, he would very easily do the same to the other brother as well. Here is where the important differences occur. Both brothers are put face to face with each other, and they both see each other grasping for air. At that point, Yuichiro awakens the Demon Slayer mark first. He escapes the water prison and lets his brother out as well. Gyoko returns, and to his surprise, the two brothers are not only not dead, but they also escape the water prison. Gyoko starts attacking the two brothers, with Yuichiro being the center of his attention, as he recognizes that he is the main threat to him. As the battle starts escalating and becomes more fierce, Yuichiro starts receiving some significant wounds, and even though the battle was hype enough as it is, prepare for more. Muichiro gets enraged. His his heart rate starts pumping both quicker and stronger. That's when he unlocks the Demon Slayer mark as well. Yoko now stands no chance. I mean, what could Yoko do really? Marked Muichiro was strong enough to kill Yoko alone. Imagine what would happen in this scenario. Yoko soon realizes that he can't win, and he tries to escape, but the Tokito siblings are on demon time and would never let the opportunity to kill an upper moon go to waste. They catch Yoko and kill him once and for all. At the other side of the Swordsmith village, the events develop in the same way as in the original story. Tanjiro, Nezuko, Genya, and Mitsuri defeat Hantengu, and in the process, Nezuko is exposed to sunlight. But fast forward to the final arc, where the most significant changes occur. It does beg the question, what would Kokushibo's reaction be if he saw another person using the same breathing form as him? The final battle begins, and Kokushibo, just like in the original story, is a menace. He would start charging at the Demon Slayers, fighting alone against multiple opponents. But before that, just like in the original story that he first encountered Muichiro, now his first opponents are the Tokito siblings. Kokushibo immediately uses the transparent world and sees that both of the siblings are his descendants. He asks their names, and when they reply Tokito instead of Tsukikuni, Kokushibo responds in a similar way as in the original story. However, when the twins attack him, they use their breathing forms. That's when Kokushibo sees that Yuichiro is a moon breath user. He immediately goes after him, and without anyone even realizing what happened, he stabs both Yuichiro and Muichiro and forces them on the wall. He asks both of them to turn into demons. When they refuse, Kokushibo goes on to cut the arm off of Muichiro in his effort to turn at least Yuichiro into a demon. You see, Kokushibo's intention is to make Yuichiro accept his offer in order to save his brother. You see, Kokushibo sees himself in him and really wants for him to become a demon. In the original story, Kokushibo left Muichiro and attacked Genya that was lurking on the side. This time around, he does not want to waste time and tells Yuichiro that if he does not become a demon, he will kill Muichiro. Yuichiro starts screaming at Kokushibo to not do that, but even like that, Yuichiro refuses to become a demon. That's when Kokushibo comes up with an idea. He will severely injure Muichiro to a point that Muichiro would get a slow death in order to force Yuichiro to act quickly and, along with his brother, accept the offer to become a demon. When Kokushibo is about to land the blow on Muichiro, Sanemi storms out of nowhere and saves the day. After some slashes, Yomei joins the battle as well. Kokushibo is now faced against Sanemi, Yomei, Muichiro, Yuichiro, as well as Genya. But even like that, Kokushibo is still a menace. He still has the upper hand until more Demon Slayers unlock their next power-ups like Marks, Transparent World, and Red Blade. Only when that happens, and after extreme efforts, is Kokushibo then beheaded. However, even like that, Kokushibo advances into his next form. But you see, just like in the original story, when he sees his reflection on Sanemi's katana, he realizes that he became a monster that resembles nothing close to a samurai and refuses to regenerate. He realizes that he diverged from his original goal of becoming the strongest samurai and decides that he has done enough. He accepts his defeat and allows himself to die without regenerating. The battle against Kokushibo ends. And this time around, the casualties are Genya and Muichiro. Both Sanemi and Yuichiro lose their brothers and are about to go demon time on Muzan. During the final battle against Muzan, Yuichiro's help is vital, and the Demon Slayers manage to hold on until Tanjiro arrives. This time a little easier than in the original story. When Tanjiro arrives, the same things as in the original story happen, but the main difference is that this time around, the remaining Hashiras that are left standing after the fight against Muzan are 3: Sanemi, Tomioka, and Yuichiro. But speaking of exciting alternate Demon Slayer timelines, check out this video, where we show what would have happened if Tomioka actually killed Nezuko in episode 1. Go on, check it out!